Now, when it comes to making a business end for your arrow, the stabbing end, there's a few things you can do. You can use, if you're going to just use a, I'll talk about there. If you're going to just use an ordinary pointed stick, you want to make as nice and long a taper as you can like that. And if you got a fire going, harden it in the fire, char it a bit in the fire, that'll harden it quite a bit. And you want a nice long pointy stabby end like that, if that's all you're going to use, is that kind of tip for hunting. And like I said, for a bow, for survival bow hunting, we're not talking like big game at 60, 70 or 50 yards, 40 yards, elk and deer and everything. We're talking about small game like rabbits, squirrels, gophers, pigeons, birds, that kind of thing, pigeons, bush partridge, small ducks, that kind of thing. You don't need a big bow, and you're not going to be shooting them at, you want to get up close within 10 feet to shoot them, and you only need about a 15, 20 pound bow. And even if all you matters was a 15-pound bush bow, that would kill a rabbit, that would stab enough. But I'm going to show you how to make a little better point, a little simpler. You take your knife to make any of these, you make a point that's a little blunter like this, and in the kit you got a nail with the head cut off, or a couple of them. See, these are ordinary framing nails, the steel ones with a twist. So you make an end like that, you get this started, however you need to do it, keeping it straight on the end of the stick, and then you use Mr. Ubiquitous rock. You make sure you pound that in there straight. So you got a good, yeah, she's good and solid there. Now there, that simple as it is, that's a big step up in penetrating power for your bow head, for the point over this. We'll do a couple stabby tests later, but that's one quick and easy point. Like I say, you want to go out hunting as quick as you can if you're hungry and there's still daylight. So that's that one. Let me just check, make sure the camera's running again. I'm going to be paranoid of this for the rest of my YouTube career. The camera not running. I'm going to show you how, okay, now I'm going to show you how to make a fairly lethal point out of what's in the kit here. Okay, we're done with the saw. Okay, now, these blades, they're made to be snapped off one at a time, but I've got the 3 of them here in the kit already snapped off, fresh. When they're snapped off 2 at a time, they make a perfect arrowhead. One edge is sharpened, that's good enough. I'll show you how to mount it on the arrow. See that? Nice little diamond. Okay, so the first start is you got to split the head of the arrow right down the middle. As close to the middle as you can. Get it started. And then again, Mr. Ubiquitous rock. Go easy, you don't want to break your knife. Sometimes finger pressure is enough. You want to go deep enough to embed about half of your point. You need a little extra past that, so I'll go to there. Okay, good enough. Now to keep that gap open, you use your safety pin here. And you push it down well below where you're going to put the point in. See, that keeps the gap open, so the arrowhead slides in and out pretty good. Okay. Okay, now, I should have lit the candle earlier. What are we at? 16 minutes, crap. I have to bust this one up. Okay. Light the candle. However, if you got a fire going, it's the same thing. Okay, now you take this and you'll see there's the sharpened edge. I'll move this closer. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that. These arrowheads, once again, broken out of one of these. Okay, this is a glue stick. Back in the day, like I said, this is the modern version of pitch or pine tree resin, whatever. Back in the day, Fred Bear Archery sold what was called a bear stick. And it was pretty much the same thing as this. It was long before hot glue guns, 20 years before. And this is how we used them back then. So, you want to take the pointy end of this thing, hold it, the pointy end towards you, melt some of the glue off, get the glue to melt on the stick. Paint there, a good paint about halfway up on both sides. There, like that. You can see now if there's a good paint, good and sticky. Okay, now you've got this already prepared. You heat this up for as long as your fingers can stand. Get it as sticky as you can. Gloves might be handy here. Okay, that's liquid. You put that in there. Set it up before the glue. Pull your pin out. Set her up centered as much as you can. Give it a good pinch. And let it cool off. So that's what I'm going to show you how to finish this off. This was the other arrow I started before in the last demo that went bad. Well, it wouldn't go bad, I just didn't have the camera running. So I'm going to show you how to finish this off now. You take your string, a little loop in the end of the string here. So I don't think so. There it is. Oh, come on. Okay. Don't need the pin anymore. Okay, you make a loop like that. You put it over the head like this. And you want to start right up next to the arrowhead. Tighten that up so it's on there real tight. And then with your hand, wind it as tight as you can. Tight. Right next to the arrowhead. Wind a few. This is the oldest Stone Age method of mounting an arrowhead. You don't have to use one of these tips. You could use like a piece of glass, another piece of metal, a flint arrowhead if you know how to make them, or if you can run across something that's good. Okay, now that's pretty good. You want to go down so you don't lose tension. You hold one. Now you take your glue stick again, melt it up, and you paint your winding. Give it a good coating of hot glue. That's how they mounted arrowheads, flint arrowheads back in the Stone Age. Obsidian glass. Take your knife now, cut it off. And there you go. One good bush arrow. This is a bit short, but you got the knock. Yeah, and like I say, can put in either end of these in if that was the choice. You can just use this pointed stick, or you can mount a nail in the end, but this will give you. So now we'll do the stab test. Let me get rid of all this stuff. This is probably going to shake the crap out of the camera. Let's see how good all this fancy craftsmanship worked. Got a couple items to test out here. Got a cardboard box. In the middle there's one layer of cardboard. On the sides there's two. And I taped it off, so we'll see how good these stabby instruments work. First of all, we'll try just one layer of cardboard, and we'll try the pointed stick. What about like if he comes at you with a pointed stick? Oh, screwed that already. Okay, here, let's give that a try. Okay, not bad. Pretty good penetrating power. Let's try the nail end. Oh yeah, a lot easier. That went through a lot easier. Let's try the lethal arrowhead. No, see, nice big hole, easy. What you want to do with this kind of arrow is never pull it backwards. Pull it through the game or whatever you hit so you don't pull the head off. Okay, let's try 2 layers of cardboard. Let's try Mr. Pointy Stabby. That worked pretty good actually for, of course, see this one the nail got driven in on the last one. This is fairly green wood. We'll try him once there. Yeah, he's holding up. And we'll try the fancy dancy arrow. Yeah, that one's too pretty. Oh, I don't think it penetrated the other. The flap came up instead. Well, I didn't want to give it too much in case I stab the table. We'll try it in the other corner. Yeah, that went right through. Good. Yeah, even though it was loose. Okay, that worked pretty good for stabby. Let's try this and see how this works out for. We'll try the wooden one first. No, we're busting the end up. Okay, we'll try this one. See, piece of cake for that head. Oh, but we drove the, I guess that's the end of that testing. Okay, let's try the lethal one. I'm going to try and go all the way through so I can push the arrow through. Here we go. Oh, it did go through 2 of them. Nothing to it. Uh-oh. So there you go. That held up pretty good. Your other points, well, so much for that. I'll make a bow, and I'll make some longer arrows, and we'll go out and field test some of this, and I'll show you how to make a bow. So that's about it for now, my friends. Good hunting in sweet water.